Welcome to North Carolina Wine TV. I'm your co-host Kip Bodner.
And I'm your other co-host Jeff Cohen, and we're here drinking North Carolina wine.
On a flashback day.
Ooh, a flashback. I like
flashback day. This is, I believe, one of the rare opportunities we have to try a wine that we've tried before, but a different vintage. So I'm interested to see what happens today.
Can we pause for some wavy lines and insert flashback here to that old episode? I wonder if I can find it and drop a little shot of that in there.
I think we can find it. It was way back in episode 4.
Yes, it was.
Way back in episode 4.
I think a plane flew over us in episode 4.
Yes, a plane so flew over us in episode 4. Then we had the Shelton Vineyards 2005 Cabernet Franc. Mm-hmm. Today we are back with the Shelton Vineyards 2007 Cabernet Franc. And one thing we do know is 2005 and 2007 were very similar years in terms of vintages.
Right.
They were hot, dry summers, which were very good for red wine grapes.
But we also know that 2007 was even better
than 2005. And the 2005 Shelton Cabernet Franc, we gave high marks to.
Right.
We gave it a 4.5 already. It was the highest rated wine on our show for quite a while.
Yeah.
I mean, several months. So a lot of expectations that this wine has to try to live up to. It'd be hard to be a better wine than that. But I'm looking forward to giving it a try.
And from my point of view, I know a lot more about tasting wine.
It's true.
So it may be totally different to me. And I'm trying to figure out how I can even remember what the wine of episode 4 tasted like.
Oh, I think it'll come back to us. Shelton Vineyards does have the fun winometer, and this is bone dry, and it's a little bit above medium bodied. So that's what they're telling us this should be. I think we get right to it. I'm excited to see what this 2007 has to offer here.
And this has been breathing for quite a while.
Yeah, it's been open for about an hour or two, because 2007 is, we're still drinking these probably a little young. I mean, this wine would probably definitely change a lot over the next year, but even 5 to 7 years.
I recognize the smell.
It flashed you back, isn't it? It's a very similar wine.
Yes, it is.
In terms
it absolutely is. It absolutely is. The magic of smell memory.
Very vegetable. Very vegetal nose in this wine.
Yes.
There are stewed tomatoes, green beans, green peppers, black pepper. I mean, almost like a beef stew kind of. Everything. It's smoky. It smells rich.
And probably on episode 4, I didn't get any tomatoes.
But there's a distinct tomato happening here.
I'm getting tomatoes, and I can't confirm if that's me or the wine. I've heard that before. Is it me or is it the wine?
I would say there's some type of like black fruit sitting underneath the vegetables. I mean, can you put your finger on that? Like blackberry, blueberry? What do we think?
Might be blueberry.
It smells kind of blueberry-esque. And there's some toastiness from some oak sitting in there too. There's kind of some toasted coconut or that kind of smell happening there. Toasted marshmallow kind of action. The more we spin, the more it does become a little fruitier.
Yeah, it definitely does. It definitely brings up the fruit. The fruit jumps on the vegetables and says, "We're wine."
It's like we're dipping vegetables in jam.
Yeah.
It smells like very rich, like kind of luscious wine. So I'm interested in giving this a try. Let's get right to it.
Yeah.
Different than the 05 is. I remember the 05.
Different. It's similar to me, but I'm sort of bringing that back.
This is creamier.
Actually, you're right.
I nailed it.
I was gonna say there's something different, and it's creamier. You're right. Absolutely, absolutely.
Whereas the 05 version of this wine was much more acidic This is much creamier.
Yeah.
This is a much more. What this is a richer, luscious, more luscious version of the 05.
Right, and I would say it's because 2007 was probably a little drier and a little hotter, which made basically the grapes a little. They had to struggle more, and they got a little more flavor punch to them.
Yeah, I mean, and I think this has to do with the winemaking style of this particular. I think they did a good job. They danced a fine oak line on this wine. It's a little tinge oaky.
Yeah.
For maybe for me, but that's also what brings, I think, that creaminess to the party. That almost like a marshmallow cream. This is fruitier on the mouth than the 05 was.
Yes, I would agree.
Cherry, blueberry, going straight into some marshmallow cream, and then dark chocolate, espresso, kind of cocoa powder finish for me. What are you thinking?
Yeah, no, I think that's probably a good description. And for me at least, it's really interesting to bring back the memory of the other vintage, because as I've said to you, as we get further and further out, I wonder how I'm going to remember all that wine, because I don't.
But you can now.
But you can.
Comparing those two.
Yes, I agree 100%.
And they're very similar wines.
Yeah, they are.
This is, you know what's interesting to me? This drinks more like a Cabernet Sauvignon than it does a Cabernet Franc. It is it's fruitier.
It's bigger.
It's bigger.
Yeah.
It's more luscious. But this for me is better than any North Carolina Cabernet Sauvignon I've had, just because I like the interesting factor that the tomatoes and the vegetables and all of that kind of bring to the party.
Right. It's the vegetables are actually a nice counterpoint to the fruit.
There's just enough acidity to bring it home. It's nice.
It's a really good wine.
It is. I mean, I think it probably ties its brother.
Yeah,
I think it probably sits at 4.5 for me. What do you think? I mean, this is a very, very good bottle of wine.
Yeah.
And we've consistently rated 2007 Reds high, and it's because that vintage did some good stuff.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the best 2000 Reds that I've had.
2007 Reds.
Or 2007 Reds.
Right. And it really is. They are full of flavor, and that's the best way to describe it.
They're just more complex than some of the other vintages, and this, with the complexity, with the richness of this particular wine, is great. So kudos to the folks at Shelton Vineyards, Georgian team, and 4.5 rating. That's pretty awesome. Time to close this one out, Jeff.
Here's to the Old North State.